All right, we're going to take a look at even, odd, or neither functions. First, we're going to take a look at the vocab. So today in class, we took a look at when a function is even, odd, or neither graphically. So that's what that second or the third column is. Now we're going to take a look at finding whether a function is even, odd, or neither algebraically. So a function is even if f of negative x equals f of x. So f of x will be given, so everything will be given in function notation. We'll be given what the function is, and if f of negative x, so when we substitute negative x in for x, if that equals the original function, then it's even. We have an odd function. We looked at symmetrically, graphically that's symmetric about the origin, and we looked at rotating with the patty paper 180 degrees. Algebraically, we have an odd function if f of negative x equals negative f of x. So we'll take a look at what that looks like. And then a function is neither odd nor even when none of these are true. And that's not symmetric about anything. All right, the first problem we are going to take a look at is f of x equals negative x cubed. So we want to know if that's even, odd, or neither. Now when you start with these problems, you first want to find f of negative x, because if f of x equals f of negative x, then we have an even function. So that one you can check off quickly. Now we know what f of x is. Now we need to find f of negative x. So we're going to be substituting in negative x in for x. So our x value right here, we're substituting in negative x into it. Now you do want to substitute in that value in parentheses. And once again, we're going to be simplifying based off PEMDAS. So we have that negative will come down, then we have negative x to the power of cube. We'll first operate inside the parentheses, then our exponent. Now negative x cubed is really saying negative x times negative x times negative x. So let's simplify that. Negative x times negative x is positive x squared, and then we're multiplying that by negative x. So this equals a positive times a negative is going to be negative, and then we have x to the third. So this expression equals, in parentheses, we have negative x cubed, close parentheses. So we can rewrite negative x to the power of 3 as negative x cubed. And now we've simplified the exponent, and now we're going to multiply or divide from left to right. So we're going to multiply negative times a negative, which will give us positive x cubed. So f of negative x equals x cubed. Now we can tell right away that f of x, negative x cubed, does not equal f of negative x. So we know automatically this function is not even. So the next one we need to see if our function is odd. Now we've already done part of the odd work already. We know what f of negative x is. And now we want to see if that equals negative f of x. Now when we're finding negative f of x, there are a few different ways you can think of it. One way you can think of it is taking a look at all your terms in your original function, and it's going to be the opposite side. So instead of negative x cubed, it's going to be positive x cubed. So you just flip each of the signs of all your terms. Alright, so here we want to see if f of negative x, which is x cubed, equals negative f of x, which is x cubed. Since it does equal that, this function is odd. Alright, the next function we're going to take a look at is f of x equals x cubed minus 3x squared. And once again, we're going to first start by finding f of negative x. Because if f of x equals f of negative x, we have an even function. So we're going to substitute negative x in for our two x values here. So f of negative x will equal negative x cubed minus 3, open parentheses, negative x squared. Now, once again, you want to put that f or negative x in parentheses. So just like we looked at in the first problem, negative x cubed is going to be negative x cubed. It's going to remain negative. Then we have minus 3, and now we have negative x squared. So let's take a look at that. So that's really saying negative x times negative x. A negative times a negative is positive. So here, negative x squared is going to be positive x squared. So we have negative 3 times x squared. Now in this first term, negative x cubed, I can go ahead and drop the parentheses. And now we have negative 3 times x squared, so minus 3x squared. All right, taking a look from this, f of x does not equal f of negative x. X cubed minus 3x squared does not equal negative x cubed minus 3x squared. It has to be the same exact thing. So we know this function is not even. Now the next thing we're going to check to see if it's odd. Now once again, we have an odd function of f of negative x equals negative f of x. To find negative f of x, we're going to change all our signs. So since this is positive x cubed, we'll change that to negative x cubed. Since this is negative 3x squared, we'll change that to positive 3x squared. All right, so once again, we're comparing. That's it. We want to see if f of negative x, which we got as negative 3x cubed minus 3x squared, equals negative f of x, which is negative 3x cubed plus 3x squared. Now keep in mind it has to be the exact same. This is not the exact same. So this function is not odd. Now since this function is neither even or odd, it's a neither function. All right, our last problem we're going to take a look at is f of x equals x squared plus 4. And once again, we're going to start by finding f of negative x. So wherever we have an x value, we're going to substitute in negative x. Just like we took a look at in the previous problem, negative x squared, say negative x times negative x, which will give us positive x squared plus 4. All right, so in this function, f of x does equal f of negative x. We get x squared plus 4 as f of x equals x squared plus 4 as f of negative x. So since this is a true statement, this function is even. And once you classify that it's even, you don't have to do negative f of x. We already know that. All right, hope you have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow.